Hey everybody, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. We are continuing on today with our French rabbits journal that we have been working on. It's going to be a very, very chunky one. I have a tendency to kind of overstuff. I'm trying not to, but I'm having a problem. But anyway, I just want to say hello to everybody who is my regular subscribers. I really appreciate all of you guys being here and coming back and chatting with me. I also want to thank everybody who is new, who has just recently subscribed and is following along with this. I hope to see you back here again and enjoying yourself here at Rose Lane and doing some of these projects with us as we go along day by day. In any case, so welcome back to the Let's Create Something Beautiful Together Craft and Chat. Very long title. But today I've been working a little bit on some stuff and kind of getting ahead to something that looks a little bit more fun. I'm in various stages of making elements. I'm in various stages of trying to decide how I want to decorate something. I'm in various stages of trying to decide how to use certain things that I have. The two items that I was waiting for came finally. However, they were much larger than I intended them to be. I should probably read the details and description of the item a little bit better. They were just so perfect, I didn't even pay that much attention. I'm like, yes, I'm gonna get these. But in any case, that is where I stand now. So I have used one of them a little bit, not the way I intended, and I'm going to show you that in a second. So let's get you to where I have come so far. So I'm going to move some of these things out of the way. I'm just going to move this one back up. We're going to get to that in a minute. I just wanted to put this paper, which is something I'm going to use in here somewhere. I don't know where. It's a scrapbook paper, you know, the 12 by 12. I will eventually get that in somewhere. I don't know where. That's one of those things. I have it. I think it really goes well with it. I just don't know where I'm going to put it or how I'm going to use it yet. So anyway, let's kind of go back from the beginning. This is the first signature, and I'm going back and forth between signatures as I'm working, because this is, you can see it's getting fat, and I haven't even put the tags or journal cards or anything in yet. So I think what I'm going to do, and I have started to do, I've got a little stenciling on this page. I'm going to mix some stenciling and some script stamping. Here is the pocket, which was the tea bag that I used, and then I dyed it with ink over the tea stain from the tea bag. This is the trim, and let me show you that. Just over here, I thought it was going to be maybe about an inch and a quarter wide. Let me just show you what I got. This is how big it is. That is not an inch or an inch and a quarter. It is positively beautiful. Is that showing up? I think it is. Let me put this back behind it because it's got a white paper, and you can see it's sheer. It's so pretty. Way bigger than I thought. I thought it was going to be like a third, maybe at best, of this width. So it didn't fit across the top of my pocket over here like I had intended. I wanted it, I'm standing up right now, I wanted it to just go across, you know, up here. Well, that didn't work. So I had to cut out a piece, and when I cut out the piece, I also cut out this little trim part here. I cut that off, and I used that on the pocket. So it wasn't what I intended, but it came out pretty. Let me get rid of that because that was probably driving you crazy, having all that white right there for a second. So anyway, I still have a little bit of the wax paper in here to make sure that it's not sticking, you know, and clogging up my pocket. But anyway, I thought it came out pretty. It's going to get something pretty in it. I don't know what exactly. I keep pulling things like this out, but yeah. So I'm not sure exactly what's going to go in there yet. Got a neat looking pocket, but don't know what to do with it. We've done that one, was the belly band we went through. This was, I think, new. we had done the pocket part, but I hadn't decorated, and these aren't stuck in yet. I'm gonna probably not put like a card in here. Am I off the screen? I may be a little bit. Let me bring this down some. Yeah, because I think I have my camera a little lower today than I normally do. I don't think I'm going to put a card in here. I think I'm going to like maybe triple fold a piece of tea stain paper and just put that in there. And then of course we have, back to this, I have to make, that actually looks kind of nice, that paper. So I may actually use that paper for a tag in here. We'll see. So anyway, that's what I'm going to do. And I'm just going to stick these little guys in here. So I've got a little kind of organza, sort of chiffon-ish kind of fabric that I just did some buttons and just left the, I sewed it with the embroidery floss and just sort of let all that hang down. I kind of liked that look. And I have some papery, leafy things over here. So that'll go in here, that'll go in here, and then there'll be another, probably just one tag, which I will collage somehow and put that in the back. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to look like, but that's what it's going to be. I still have to add butterflies in here. I'm going to leave those in here. I don't think there was anything else. I did a little stenciling on that one, and I still have to do a little bit of something at the back of this as well. So that is that. This was the rest. In the middle, I have to put a tag in there. This is all from the kit. We went over this. These are just holding their places in here. We went over that. I don't think there's anything else that was new in this. Oh, I did this. So this is going to have, I just stuck it down at the back here. So I'm only going to use the 2 pockets in here. I don't think anything else. Nope, other side of that. There is going to be something else in here. I'm not sure what, but it's getting pretty fat, so I need to kind of stop that one. This one is where we're going to be working today, I think. I'm going to do, like I said, stenciling. I still have to do tags for in here. Where am I? Where am I? Where am I? I'm in here somewhere. Okay, I decorated this. I put a little label on it with a little fussy cut rose, and I used some of the organza ribbon, which is this, and just sort of did a diagonal over there. We have to put stuff in the pocket here as well. But I thought it made that blend really nice. It looked pretty good. Okay, this is one of the things I was working on. I stenciled this page, and this is going to be my center fold. I'm going to move this out, and this is the piece that I was working on, but wanted to show you what I did with that. Let me put that up there. Okay, so let me grab a ruler. I'm going to get a really long one from over here. Sorry about the noise. I'm going to get, because I used a longer paper on this. So I'm going to just unfold it. And I'm not sure if you're getting all of it. You are. Okay, so the length of this paper was, it's just under 14. It's about like 13 7/8, something like that. So I probably just trimmed it down. I really don't know why. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be 8.5 by 14, which is a legal size. What the size I have here is about 7 3/8. So it's 7 3/8 wide by, what did I say? 13 and, because the line is here actually. So 13 7/8. It can vary, I'm sure. It's probably not, you probably don't have to have exactly the same measurements. And then all I did was I folded it long ways up, and then I folded these down. That's all I did, okay? Now with this, I did make these little secret pockets, but I'm not going to make them secret. I'm just going to have, maybe not these per se, but I'm reaching over to my thing. I'm just going to put, like a tag in here. It's not going to be this big, but that's what it's going to have, something sticking out. So I didn't want to glue it all together or glue it down where I wanted it to be glued until I showed you what I did. So like I said, we just folded it up long ways, folded these down. I glued these pieces on, put some lace along here, lace along here. These are not pockets here, lace along here. However, this is a pocket here. It will be as soon as I glue it down. So there's going to be a pocket here and there's going to be a pocket here, which you can see like that. So there's 2 pockets there, and the same on this side, 1 and 2. And then this is going to be a pocket. So you have 1, 2, if I can get that back in here, 3, and 4 on each side. Okay, so 4 and 4 pockets. This is going to go like the other one that we did, sort of hanging in the middle. This is just another version, and that's going to go like that, okay, in the book. And this, something else, and I have to see where I put it. Somewhere I should have looked for that before I got started, because when I bought, I'm not sure if you can hear me. Oh, here they are. When I bought those boxes that I said from the Dollar Tree, from Dollar Tree, these jewelry boxes I bought, they came with these little pads inside, these little like matted pads. So my thought was, instead of having something completely flat, I was going to try to just cut a little skinny sliver. I'm just covered with stuff. And I'm going to try to sort of roll this around it. So let me try to cut this and see if I can kind of get that idea of what I wanted to do. Just going to cut, oh, I may be like really close to the camera. I'm going to cut a strip. I'm going to glue it in here. And then I'm just going to let this sort of roll around it so it kind of has a little lift here. I think I kind of like that. Makes it a little different. Gives it a little dimension. I don't know. What do we think? Or do we think that's too weird? Maybe a little narrower. Let's try it. Maybe just a little bit less. Let me try to. I'll need 2 of these anyway. But let's see. Maybe that was just a little too thick. Come on. All right. Well, anyway, while I'm doing this, trying to make my decisions, we did manage to get down, my husband and I, to New York. Yeah, I like that just a little bit less. We did manage to get down to New York on Wednesday. Today is Friday for me. This video will go up at midnight tonight. So Saturday, first thing Saturday, I guess it would be. And I'm not sure, depending on where you are, it could be different, in the afternoons or whatever in some of the other countries in Europe or Australia or whatever. Yeah, you know what? I think I like that. So anyway, we did manage to get down to New York City. My husband did see the doctors. There's a possibility that there may be some surgery, but it's nothing going to be terribly, same day kind of thing, but they feel that they can fix the problem. So we've scheduled that for the end of February. In the meantime, the trip was quite lovely and enjoyable because we stayed on the New Jersey side of the river, which some of you may know that is where my husband and I, well, at least I am, born and raised in New Jersey. All right, so that just gives it a little bit of a lift. Just a little bit, kind of like that. I'm trying to keep the bulk down. So we stayed there, and my son still lives there. It was just an evening to see him in the late afternoon, and then we went over and got something to eat because a lot of the COVID restrictions are being lifted in New York and New Jersey, particularly up where I am now in Buffalo. Those restrictions are definitely coming away. And so we went to the Cheesecake Factory. We ate in. We're still doing the mask thing and the social distancing. But they're doing a lot more for eating in. I'm gonna have to trim this little bugger off down here. So it's coming along as far as that's concerned. Yeah, come on, you. I think I'm going to go in here. This will hold in a minute. I'm just going to push that back in. But I am going to glue all this down because I did not intend this to be a flap this time. There will be a tuxedo pocket in here. Oh, and I did do a little stenciling in here so that when this came down there, it wasn't just, plain, plain color. Just the tea stain or coffee stain. Actually, I think what I did here was a combination of the two on these papers, I believe. I think. Don't know. These may have been a little bit of coffee and tea mixed together. So yeah, so that gives it just a little bit more, I don't know. It may be kind of hard to see on the camera, but it does give it just a little bit more of a something. And then I'll trim this one off. Let me fold it this way because I got a little, I don't want to cut the, you know what? I'm just going to leave you be because it will be in the seam. So, in the binding of the book. So that's that. Okay, so that's what this is. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to, this one is not going to be a long pocket. I'm going to try to just, and I can kind of see through this paper, I'm going to glue a line right here across the top of this, which I think you guys can still see. I think that's okay. Just that thin line. I'm going to fold it over and press that down. And that's going to glue this shut. Okay. And I think I'll just glue up these sides. I'm winging this as I go. Just trying to come up with, another kind of pocket that would go on either side of the page. And I still have to come up with one more because I have 3 signatures. So, all right, so what this does then is we now have this pocket here, like I said before, and it's now glued down. This pocket here, which was glued before. We'll have this pocket, which is only going to go that far, okay? And then this little pocket in here, and I could put like little tickets or something in here, just kind of fanning out or something. So that's what we have there. I'm not worried about gluing this here because this is going to be in the seam. So okay. Oh, and guess what? I found my bone folder. Isn't that lovely? Under something. Who would have known? Okay, what I did here was I did a belly band, but I stenciled here with a rose stencil, which is kind of hard to see, but there is like a wild rose stencil. This lace has a rose pattern on it. And then all I did was I crisscrossed it and glued it on the edges, trimmed the edges, and then I just put this little trim in the middle. Now somewhere, I've been tossing things aside over here. Let me find, here it is. Okay, here's my little bits. So what I did was on the other side, I did one, okay, and I just wanted to do the other one with you so you could see. Oh, I found my little pin from my other lace. It's lovely. All right, and this one's going to go this way. I want it facing the same as the other side because I'm like that. Okay, and now of course I glued that lace up there, but that's okay. All right, so all I did was this. I just glue here in this corner. I'm not worried about it being too perfect. Just knocked my glue over. And we're going to, and I have been using, if I can find what I did with them, there we go. These are not the best tweezers, so I've been using them to kind of hold stuff down and push the glue around. It's a little bit easier to roll the glue off of this than off my fingers. So I'm going to do that side. Let me move that out of the way, and that. Then I'm going to bring this one down. And I'm pulling it just a tiny bit snug because I don't want it real loose, but I don't want it too tight, because if I make it too tight, then it curls the page back, and I don't want that to happen. So just glop on some glue there, put the lace down there, get my little guy right there, and I'm just sort of smushing the glue through, trying to make it so that it'll hold a little bit. All right, so we'll do that. I'm going to let that sit for a second. In the meantime, I'm just going to take this little piece of ribbon that I cut, some picot ribbon in a pretty blue. I'm going to fold it in half-ish. There we go. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of glue in there just to kind of hold that down. So we'll do that. I'm going to trim the ends with these scissors. So just kind of get a little trim there. Make it, you know, kind of a point, slanty point. All right. Put that to the side. And then I'm going to start trimming this. I have so much stuff. Now I have all that cotton stuff. The fuzzies from the cotton stuck to me. All right, so I need to be careful here cutting because I've already put the lace on the other side, which I didn't have when I did the first pocket. So we don't want to cut through that. So we have that one. And then this one. And then this one. And I am going to fold this so I can get that little fella off of here. They're actually tiny little hearts, which is so cute. Okay, so we have that. Now all I'm going to do is get a piece of wax paper, which I had a smaller one. Here we go. I'm going to put that under here, and I'm going to put my dollop of glue for my ribbon. Spread it out a little bit and put that there. Another dollop of glue on top. And put my rosebuds, I've got that thread coming up, and find my little fella. And this will take a few minutes to dry. I've got a lot of glue on here. So when I do that, try to push it all the way in. And then I take one of these dry baby wipes and just sort of blot up the rest. So that should do okay. And I've got that piece of wax paper under there so it won't adhere to that. Otherwise it doesn't make a very good belly band. It just makes a lace X on the page. So that's what we have with that piece. While we sit and kind of let that dry, we're going to look at another piece that I was working on. And this one, and I had said before, my printer leaves a border, at least this one printer. I do have another printer over here, but I haven't downloaded the drives to my computer yet, so I'm still working on clearing a path, really, to it so that I can kind of see one of these, maybe this weekend. I'm actually here. I'm home today. It's very snowy and not good weather here in Buffalo today. When the rest of the eastern seacoast was getting their snowstorm, Buffalo got nothing, believe it or not. So our ride home was windy but uneventful, which was very nice on Wednesday. So anyway, so what I did with this is I trimmed off the edge of the paper, the white edge. It's got static on me. And so this is just slightly smaller than 8.5 by 11. So what I did was I folded it up, and I think you've seen this in others. Sometimes people make them even. I kind of like them uneven. And then I folded a side in and a side in. And when I first looked at this, I thought I wanted it this way. And then I accidentally folded it this way and said, you know what, I think I like it better that way. So all this was white, as you can tell. So I just went around with some brushed corduroy and Victorian velvet on the makeup brush thing and just kind of gave that mottled look, because I'm not going to make this so that it will open. I'm going to keep it closed. So I think I like it better this way, but then I was like, I don't know if I just like this. So I came up with, I think, Just, and this will be glued down here, so it'll all be glued shut. I'm not gonna have this one open. I don't, at least I don't think so. Do I want it to open? I wish I'd make up my mind. If I glue it down, and I can glue it, well, this is pretty full. It's not this page, but it's going on a bigger page like this. I suppose I could put it down. I could probably leave it open for something in the back. And then you would have, let me get my card thing again. So I could leave it open here. And then it could be a pocket there, a pocket here, which is the one that you can see would go through, and then a pocket here. So we could have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if I did that and only glued it and did my hair, my goodness, my hair's falling out, did something to fasten it shut, but I'm not sure what. Maybe one of those, like I did on the envelope. I suppose I could do that. Would actually kind of look pretty. Then I could open it. Then you just untuck this. This would open, and then this would open. But now you know what I have to do, don't you? I have to stencil. I have to do the whole back. That's what I've got to do. You know, I think I'm going to go for it. Okay, I'm going to go for it. This is going to be a little boring, I think, but we'll chat for a few minutes. I don't know if I'm going to use this washi tape or not. Let me see my time. Okay, not too bad. Probably we'll finish this one up, and then that will probably be the video for today. I'm going to continue to work on this, which means I have to ink the whole edges on all of this. I don't really like inking all of this, but this one shows on the outside, so I have to kind of leave that there. As I'm going over these folds, they're automatically getting darker. So, but anyway, you've seen me kind of do this before, but now I'm going to do it with the 2 colors. So kind of go over it lightly, and then I'll ink all the edges on here, though I will do that off camera. I'll put something pretty for you to stare at, I guess, while I'm doing that, because when I do that, I should probably be doing this on here. This is my, that way if I go off the edges, it's not a big deal. But anyhow, so I'm gonna continue to work on this. I've got 2 more projects, and because I really have deadlines on those projects, I kind of on this one, for the lady that I'm is getting this one, who's receiving this one from me, I have a little bit of time for this. She's not in a hurry per se, but you know, it's nice to be a little more on time. And let me put that one over there. I'm going to grab this one, and I don't change my brushes because this is what I do with them, so I don't really worry about it too much. I'm going to have to make it a little heavy in some places just to kind of match that. Maybe I'll make it heavier around the edges, and yeah, I think that's a good idea. So, but anyhow, so I have a couple of other ones that I really need to get done because they're design team projects, and I really don't want to make that wait, especially since the ones that I will be doing for Happiness in Crafting for G. Kerr is a once-a-month thing, and I'm already into February. I've got the paper printed, and I've got pieces cut out, but I haven't started yet. So I have to get started on that one. And I have another one that I've actually owed since December. So I agreed to do it I agreed in December to do it. And now we're into February, so I need to get a little more timely on that. So we'll see how we do there. So we're just going around with all this color. Sorry, I know this is a little boring, but that woman's prerogative of changing her mind. So I'm just going to go around these edges just a little bit heavier to kind of make this edge stuff match, you know, where I did it so that it showed more when you folded it up. So I'll just continue to do that. Then I'm going to go back over this again heavier with the pink or the Victorian velvet. And yeah, that should kind of even it up, I think. What's nice about this is, you know, it dries nice, and you can write on it, and there's no problems at all. So I like that. This is making my elbow tired. Okay, all right, it's a little heavier there. Let's put that back on, and then go back over this with the pink around the edges more. And I'm really just sort of stamping hard. I'm trying to, or smushing hard. I guess I'm not exactly stamping, but yeah. Kind of making them almost like fingerprints in the pink. Okay, and more up the side here. And you could see how that ink, when you're doing things at the edges and stuff, if I did it on this mat, it doesn't stick to the mat. So if I put anything down on it, fabric or lace or a piece of paper or whatever, it comes up on it very easily. And yeah, I don't always want that. So, all right, that's good there. Put that back over there. And I think I'm looking at this. There's some that are just a little too bright yet. So do that. And I think that's okay. Okay, let me put the cover on. All right, so we're back to this. Okay, you open it up and you're going to have that space to write in. It'll be on a diagonal, but you will have it. So I think what I want to do, don't think I really want the washi. Do I want the washi here? No, I don't think I do. Let's try to do a little lace combination. Let's see what I have. Let's see. I have some of this. Trying to decide what I would do. I don't know. Ooh, do I want the white? You know, this could be interesting. Let me see. I'm thinking here. If I put this on like that, could I untuck this part if I just glue to? No, it's too dangerous. Too dangerous. Okay. Let me see. What is this? What if I put that? No, because then when I open it up, it's not going to look right. And I know I forgot to do something else. So let me go back here. Let me grab this. I do have to ink around the edges. All right, let me see. I'm going to try to make it so that it's not so funky for you to be looking, a funky screen to look at. So let's put this stuff back in like that. How about that? That makes it a little bit prettier. We'll put that underneath it. And that way, while I'm inking these edges, you can have something to kind of look at. So otherwise, so yeah, the weather up here is now becoming like winter. Now becoming more of what I expected Buffalo weather to be like, or Buffalo winter to be like. However, when my husband and I got up here last year, when we moved last year, if you've been watching the videos, you'll know that it was the beginning of August. And quite honestly, back at the seacoast, when you're in New York and New Jersey, it's very, very humid. And of course, we're, a little further south and always pretty humid. But up here, in what we would call the dog days down there in New York and New Jersey, were really quite pleasant up here. And again, I don't know if that was just an anomaly in the weather or if that was, kind of normal. that the because we're so close to Lake Erie, particularly just a mile or two away from the shores of Lake Erie, and well, I don't know, maybe about 20 or 30 miles, if that, even as the crow flies, for Lake Ontario. You know, I don't know. Maybe that's a normal thing. All right, so we're going to take these guys. We're going to put them back up where they belong. Move this back here. I'm going to put this here. I just had a thought. Let me see. I was looking at this. No, not this one. Not this one. I had another one in my hand just a minute ago that I thought I might use for this. Ooh, what's this one? I have more of these little... Ooh, I actually think I use this someplace. I like this. And now I'm wondering, let me show you the other thing I got. I think I showed you this. Maybe I didn't show you this. This is the other thing that I had gotten specifically. And again, thought this was smaller, girls and boys. This is lace, and it's got little bunnies on it. Isn't that adorable? Just these little, like embroidered bunnies on the sheer lace. I thought that was just so pretty. It's not going to work on this. It's got to go on a different kind of page. I got a ton of it too. Look at that. Hope I like bunnies. I'm just trying to decide what I want to do here. I think I want to try to go just over the colored paper so it doesn't show on the other side. And I think I'm just going to do it in here. All right, so do I want to do it that way or do I want to do it this way? Oh, these tough decisions. I may actually want it to stick up. Because if I do that, it'll stick up over here. And if I do it this way, too many decisions. But I do think I like that. Nope, because I'm thinking about this has got to get tucked down. So yeah, I think I'm just going to do it here. Yeah, okay, that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to put it here. First, I'm going to put it down here. So as I'm gluing, I'm putting this lace on this piece. I'll continue to talk about my plans. When I do get, I still have not just the 2 design team projects that I have to do. I want to bring this down just a little. I kind of like having just a little bit of that inked edge show most of the time. So I'm thinking that once I finish the 2 design team ones, which shouldn't take me too long, they're not going to be near as ridiculously chunky as this one is. Continue to roll that along there. I am going to get started on a few other ones. I'm so excited because I have so many papers. Some of them are new. Some of them I've had for a while. I have, you know, a lot of Artie Mays. I have all the, well, maybe not all, but most of the, what do you call the collaboration between Artie Mays and Tracy Fox. I have, you know, so the stackable kind of things, and I have their Nature's Remedies, which I just love. It's like botanical, but in like pastels almost. It's really beautiful. I've done one thing with it previously, which was one of my giveaways. When I had my 1,000 subby giveaway, it was the 3rd prize, I think. And a little small 6x6 kind of an album that I used Nature's Remedies in, and I really loved it. I really did. And so anyway, I did that. So I'll probably be using that as well. I mean, I have so many things. There's one for beaches and oceans that I wanted to do. Um, I'm still, working towards all that stuff that I had talked about with doing the genealogy. And that's actually nothing that's going to be for sale. That's for my family. I say for sale because my hope is with these projects that I have in the works, I'm going to be able to get my Etsy shop opened by the end of February. I want a few things in there. I wanted like maybe 6 things, but that's okay if I don't manage 6. It's okay if I manage 4 or something like that. That'll be okay. I just didn't want just one thing to be in there when I first opened, when I first got started. I still, because I have a daytime job, because I can often be called in for it when there's issues at our center, even in the middle of the night. I want to get that little end down right there. Because also we're not going away for conferences, but I'm often gone, or at least occupied. Even with this COVID stuff, I'm at least occupied with conferences now. They're teleconferences, but I am occupied with them. My husband and myself. So it's a demanding job. And I can be busy when I didn't intend to be. And like I had said, doing what we do, we work all of the holidays. So if I want to be with my family, I have to take other vacation days off in order to, I guess I didn't ink that very well, in order to be with my family. And, kind of create our own holidays in that respect. Oh, actually, I'm going to still need to glue that down a little bit. So, I often don't get back into my craft room. There's days when I come home, and it's not like I don't necessarily really have the time to take a half an hour or something. It's just that I don't have the energy to take a half an hour. And I may just kind of plop down on the chair and do some fussy cutting or something like that. But pretty much all fussy cut out at the moment with anything I think I had to do. And I did say previously that I don't watch TV. I really don't watch normal television. I'm usually on my Amazon Prime or Netflix. I try not to watch series on Netflix because I get too, caught up in them, and then I will binge watch instead of doing what I'm supposed to do. I don't do it. I instead sit for hours and hour after hour and binge watch these shows on Netflix. So I try not to get into the series. I try just only to watch a movie, or I'm great for Andy Griffith or something like that. Now see, I think that's pretty. I like that. I do. I'm still stuck on this. Do you see that? I'm still stuck on the washi. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. I am going to go for it. And I'm going to use some art glitter glue on here, because I find that washi tape, unless there's a brand out there that's super, super good. I'm going to open this up. I find that washi tape does not hold very well for me. It peels up. I need to put glue on besides the washi. So, but anyway, so yeah, I'll sit and I'll watch my videos. My cable company that I have right now, and I don't know if this is true for other cable companies, because I don't get into this stuff too much. I just know what my husband tells me. Oh, you can do this. I'm like, oh, just show me the button. That's good. Okay, I like that. I'm going to kind of try to put it down the middle. I think I don't want to I don't want to go, I'm just going to tear this piece so that I can do that. So anyway, yeah, so I'll sit and oh, what I was saying was my cell phone, because I can get my YouTube, the YouTube channels, the web page, up on my cell phone. I have this thing, which I guess most everybody does, on their thing that says mirror imaging under when you push up from the bottom, and at least for me, I have an iPhone 8, I think, and you just push up from the bottom, and there's a little icon, or whatever you want to call it, there that will allow you to do screen mirroring. So as long as I keep my phone plugged in, because the power will drain. Yeah, I'm liking it. Okay, now the question is, what do I want to miter this? I think I'm going to want to miter this. So let's try that as I'm chatting with you. Let's see if I can miter and make this go where I want it to go. I think that's going to work. So anyway, I can do that, and I can watch all your, all the YouTube videos of everybody that I have subscribed to, which is a million of you, it seems like. Yeah, I have, oh, I don't know. Oh my goodness. I must have 120 or so people that I have subscribed to. How I would love to be able to get to everybody all the time, but that would be more than a full-time job. I don't think I could do that. I am going to peel this off so that I can put a little glue underneath it. Oh, this one looks like it's wanting to stick. Well, you know what? We'll come back to it and we'll see. If it works, then that's fabulous. All right, I'm going to cut this one on a miter and see if I can get this to match. Probably not. Oh, you know what I'll do? And I'm just going to go which way? I think I'm just going to go all the way down here. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this where I think I need it. Yeah, because that's not the best miter. Well, it's a fine miter, but it doesn't match the other one. I'm looking at this, and it's thin enough I may not have to, which would be pretty awesome. I'm just going to fold this back so that I can cut this here. At least I'll have the right sizes. If it doesn't stick, and I need the glue to reinforce it, at least I've got the right size pieces, and I don't have to worry about trying to cut it after the fact. So let me get this piece cut off. So yeah, so that's what I do. I either do the screen mirroring thing. I'm kind of liking that. I think it's all right, just the way it is, honestly. So I think I'm going to leave it alone. It does leave a little... I think I'm going to leave it. It's got a little bit of the washi here, but that looks kind of neat. And then we'll do this. And we'll fold this back over. I like that. I do. And then what I'm going to... Oh, you know what? I got to watch my time. My goodness. Oh, Lord. Okay. I think it's probably time to stop for today. So anyway, that being said, let me pull some of this stuff back down so you can see what we're doing here. Again, I'm going to do the little fastening thing on here. What else was in here? Well, that's probably okay. Yeah, so we'll work on this and finishing these up. I'll probably finish these up off screen and move on to something else. I'll just show you how it came out finished, and I'll move on to something else for the next video to try to get these things done. So in the meantime, ladies, and my wonderful subby friends, I hope you have a blessed day and a wonderful weekend. And I think we're off to a good start for 2021 as our COVID numbers are starting to come down. Let's hope and pray that is the the theme for the rest of the year, and we can finally be out of this, and move on to our normal lives and get back to our families and our friends, and being able to do things the way we would want to, the way we would enjoy being with our family and friends. Traveling again. Be nice. My sister moved a whole lot closer to me. Still far, but she's a lot closer than she was by half. And I have not now been able to see her for almost 2 years, because the last time we were supposed to get together was just when this COVID stuff was starting to hit, and we hadn't seen each other since the fall before. So, by the time this wraps up, it's at least a year and a half at this point now. So, yeah, it's time. It's time. So let's just pray that happens soon, and we'll be able to go back to life as usual. Okay. In the meantime, everybody, I hope you have a blessed day. Thanks for dropping by, and I hope to see you here again soon. God bless. Bye-bye.